Hey guys, so I see so much online about BPC 157, and in this video I'm going to discuss the science of this peptide and how it actually works to help you heal quicker. So something we commonly see in our industry, in the fitness industry and online, is peptides, and BPC 157 is one that a lot of people use. It is a synthetic peptide of 15 amino acids, and its reputation online really stems from the fact that a lot of people use it for healing injuries, tendon injuries, and at a molecular level, BPC 157 is actually pretty interesting. And the research really focuses on the following areas. BPC 157 has been found to enhance collagen formation. So in various models of wound healing and in humans, what's really important is the formation of collagen if you hurt yourself, specifically a wound or something like a tear or a muscle tear or a tendon tear. And this is crucial because collagen provides the structural integrity to the newly formed tissues whilst the repair process is underway. Now, in this study, BPC 157 was found to significantly increase collagen formation over the control group. BPC 157 has also been found to stimulate angiogenesis, which is the formation of new blood vessels, which is going to be really vital if you're trying to not only heal a wound, but provide nutrients and blood to the new area. The experiments conducted in this study demonstrate that BPC 157 significantly stimulated angiogenesis, particularly in the early stages of wound healing. And as I said, this is going to help your body repair more efficiently and pretty much quicker. If you can get more nutrients and oxygen to any area, say you've torn your ACL and you're getting more nutrients, more oxygen to that area through the formation of new blood vessels, that is going to speed up the healing process a lot. Maybe one of the reasons why BPC 157, especially in rodent models and animal studies, has been shown to really be quite powerful at increasing the wound response and actually making it more efficient. Another thing that BPC 157 does is it can increase granulation tissue. Now, this tissue consists of tiny blood vessels and new connective tissue. Again, you're going to get that accelerated wound repair if BPC 157 does do this and allow new blood vessels and new connective tissue to form to protect that wound and start the repair process. It also seems to have an effect on the wound healing response itself, in particular the early stages of inflammation. And there is some limited evidence that BPC 157 may influence the type of cells that first enter the wound area and are first recruited to the wound site, meaning that it may potentially speed up the process as toxins from the wound area are taken away at a quicker rate. Now, not only this, but it has been shown also to reduce the inflammation response, in particular reducing the acute inflammatory mediators. Now, inflammation is good, but excessive inflammation only serves to damage the body and may delay further healing. So the fact that it can modulate that response to allow the body to start healing without having excess inflammation in the area may actually be very powerful at speeding up the healing process. Finally, more for vascular health, there is evidence that BPC 157 may protect endothelial cells during tissue damage, which could contribute to its effect on angiogenesis and tissue repair. Now, endothelial cells that line the inner wall of blood vessels play a critical role in the formation of new blood vessels and overall vascular health. And it can influence the expression of genes like early growth response gene 1 and modulate the nitric oxide system. All of these are going to help your vascular system, in particular blood pressure and overall vascular health, which are vital for tissue repair and regeneration. Now, in animal models, BPC 157 is really remarkable. It has enhanced bone to tendon healing, it's improved recovery in transected ligaments, and it's even shown to repair damaged muscles in some certain studies as well. Now, this study explored BPC 157's effects on healing, in particular how quickly the animals could heal their tendons once they were damaged. And what they found was BPC 157 seemed to upregulate growth hormone receptor expression to a huge degree. From day 1 to 3, with a constant dose of BPC, growth hormone receptor expression increased to a huge degree. In fact, it increased sevenfold from day 1 to 3. And not only this, but PCNA, which is proliferating cell nuclear antigen, which is basically a marker of cell growth, increased as well, meaning that you're getting growth hormone receptor expression and new cell growth. And what's happening here is BPC 157 is basically allowing growth hormone to have a greater influence on tendon repair. So growth hormone will bind to the growth hormone receptor and exert effects like cell growth. If you have more growth hormone receptor, you therefore get more binding and, in essence, quicker repair rates. Basically, BPC 157 promotes tendon healing by upregulating GHR in these tendons, enhancing the healing effects of growth hormone. Another interesting study was this one where BPC was administered to rats, and they basically cut the MCL medial collateral ligament in these rats and saw what happened when BPC was administered. Now, by the 14th day, MCL strength reached normal healthy rat values, and for gross healing scores, the rats given BPC 157 significantly outperformed controls. They basically healed quicker and got back to normal function more quickly than the control group. Now, what's really interesting here is the rats given BPC had improved tissue organization. So what happens when tendons are damaged is you get the fibers all mixed up and they look ugly, but a very healthy, efficient tendon is one where the fibers are oriented longitudinally and they're very clean and everything lines up nicely. You don't want mixed fibers or a matrix that's all jumbled up. If the fibers are aligned nicely, then you get a lot more efficient force transfer and a lot less pain, basically. This is a big goal in, for example, people with patellar tendinopathy. You don't want the patellar tendon fibers to be crossed over each other or not aligned nicely. So a lot of the goal with patellar tendinopathy is eccentric training, hopefully to try and align those fibers again. But what they found in this study was that the rats did have nicely organized tissue and they closely resembled the non-injured ligaments, which was very interesting. And like I just said, there was a faster organization of connective tissue with a higher proportion of longitudinally oriented fibers than control group. And they also found changes in the collagen fibers themselves. So they had less collagen type 1 and more collagen type 3 fibers. And so the researchers basically concluded that there may be some promise for BPC 157 in human healing. So to conclude, the research is backing up that BPC 157 works in two primary ways. Firstly, through direct influence on the wound area. Now that's things like angiogenesis, mediating the inflammatory response and enhancing collagen formation. And then there's the second vector, which is more along the anabolic side, which is mediating the growth hormone receptor expression, thereby allowing growth hormone to have a greater influence on how quickly new cells are generated and can be recruited to heal the area. Now, obviously there needs to be a lot more research. It's a very under-researched peptide and there's no real clinical randomized control trials in humans. For the dose itself, this is not medical advice, but most people usually, and in the research it seems to suggest somewhere between 150 to 250 micrograms per day, and that really seems to be in line with most anecdotal evidence online. So thank you so much for watching, guys. That is the science of how BPC 157 works, and I will see you in the next video.